forget to leave a like and subscribe to Shanieology. Hello there, YouTube. It is I, Skeletor, and I have pirated Shanieology channel once again. Why, you ask? Well, my friends, I know you are all waiting for Skeletor to continue his reactions to the new Netflix animated series. And so that's exactly what Skeletor prepares to do today. However, before that, I'd like to discuss Halloween. Now, unfortunately, Skeletor and Shanie did plan on putting out a classic Halloween film on Halloween. Unfortunately, it was not to be, as this weekend was rife with technical issues and time restraints, mostly due to Shanie and his inconceivable desire to celebrate his birthday. What a fool! Who celebrates their birthday anyway? You don't see Skeletor celebrating his birthday? But on top of that, there was a lot of technical issues that I don't need to get into. Let's just say, Shanie got into Skeletor's special blend, and it wasn't pretty. However, I put this to you, my minions. We were planning to do Ghostbusters for Halloween, however, it was not meant to be. We are still willing to do it, if you guys want. Would you rather Skeletor continue doing the series and doing other videos? Or would you like to see Skeletor react to Ghostbusters? Let Skeletor know in the comments. Anyway, enough blathering about that. Where are we now in this series? Episode, I think, 4, is it? Anyway, let's watch this thing, shall we?
I have the power! Get on with it.
That's a little too close for He-Man's face that I ever want to be. Back away, He-Man. It's called social distancing.
Which one?
Incidentally, I find so far this is my favorite part. The part where the heroes get tortured.
Force your hand, I wonder. Leave her alone.
Use the power to heal me. Or you'll need to use it to heal this one, too.
He-Man, don't do it!
Do it, He-Man. Do it or else.
He-Man? Is that what you're calling yourself now? Let me guess the rest. Of course, there's Helmet Girl.
Helmet Girl? Nah, Helmet Head sounds better.
In hand?
Wrench Boy.
Whatever.
Wrench Boy? Well, I think Wrench Boy suits him better than Men-at-Arms.
Great Rat. What? No way to come back?
Trust me, nobody wants to hear the words I'd like to say right now.
I do, come on. What are you gonna say, Street Rat?
Last but not least. Last but not least, what? Nothing. Hey, you're a talking tiger. That's amazing.
Is it just me, or does Keldor sound a little different in this episode? Let me know in the comments. He sounds a bit off.
Maybe I'll just infect you all.
Oh, wait! Please don't hurt him. I'll do it. Reactivate the chamber.
Wise decision. Place the...
I don't know, He-Man. This one has no backbone. Disappointed. I thought you would have stood longer.
and unlock the power of Grayskull. Now!
So how does this work? I just hold the sword over the pit, or...
Yes.
I think he's stalling.
And then, boom, the power turns on, we're all good, and you let my friends go, right?
Yes! Whatever, just do it already.
First of all, no. This goes back to the whole Charlie Brown thing. I mean, how many times do you have to realize he's not to be trusted before you clue in? It's like Charlie Brown and that whole football thing again. Don't trust the evil villain's word. You fool.
So, this sword for sure.
I hold their lives in my hands, and you're toying with me?
Absolutely not.
I'm disappointed in Keldor right now. Keldor should have used one of the hostages as an example by now. He-Man's obviously not taking this seriously, and you need to force him to take it seriously. Take one of their fingers. That'll change his tune.
She just needed enough time to pick the lock.
Never use the same trick twice on a magician.
See? I told you he was stalling, you fool. I expect that from a minion, but not from Keldor. I wish these two would just get a room already. No, without spoilers, do they two ever hook up?
No! I'll keep them busy. You guys get the heck out of here. Huh. The sword must be talking to the castle. Let's see what else this castle can do. Castle, we need a distraction!
So He-Man talks to the castle now? I don't remember the Castle Grayskull ever talking to He-Man in the past.
Bring the children back.
Hey, Keldor, leave these kids alone. All in all, you're just another angry bag of bones. Wait a minute. Did I just sing myself? What's wrong with me?
Foolish child. No respect for the power he wields.
That's Evelyn. She gets no respect, like Rodney Dangerfield. When she was a kid, her parents had to put a stake around her head for the dog to play with her.
Was a bit of a spoiled brat. Any other tricks up your sleeves?
I'm not wearing it! Me and the
I was actually just about to say that. He doesn't have any sleeves. Maybe cuffs.
of Grayskull have this covered.
What does that even mean?
Lightning and punches and muscles.
The power.
What? Lightning and muscles and punches? This He-Man's quite a bit of an egomaniac, is he not? A little supercilious, for my taste.
My boy.
The power will be ours, Skeletor.
This isn't the kind of thing one shares. Wasn't it?
Everybody's fools. Why does everyone trust each other? They're all evil villains ready to backstab each other, yet they all expect trust. It's unthinkable.
Do you?
What if it is the kind of thing you share?
You promised if we helped you.
You never learn. It's sad, really.
I agree with Keldor on that. It is sad. Why does nobody ever learn?
We'll be well. It'll work. Trust me.
Here now! I'll just take the power through you.
Back to the big room where the energy lives? Back to the big room where the energy lives.
Back to the big room where the energy lives. So the energy is shacking up in another room? Then what does Keldor there putting his scepter in? That looked like energy to me. Or maybe that was just a spare room for visiting energies. The real energy lives in another room. That looks a lot like the chasm they threw the Emperor down in Star Wars.
What?
Grayskull wakes glorious!
Calm down there, Evelyn. None of the power's going to you anyway. What are you so excited about? You imbecile?
And the power of Grayskull!
So Tina becomes Wonder Woman. Sorry, I meant Storm. She looks a lot more like Storm now.
I have the
I don't think I like Boy-at-Arms' costume. Looks weird. I have to say, he's probably my least favorite. That was quite the odd face she made just now. I think out of all of the people going through this change, I think she's the one who's suffering from the most pain. Probably because the power is probably fixing her halitosis, and that could be quite painful. Rocket legs and a rocket head. I guess so that this way she can concuss herself more thoroughly. Or break her neck, as they still haven't thought to give her neck support as she rams her head at Mach 2 now into everything she sees. Well, Battle Cat doesn't look that much different than the original.
That's what I call a claw.
Oh, yeah, still fits.
Look what mine does! Look!
If her helmet still fits, that just proves that she always had a tiny head. And a tiny brain as well. He sounds more like a raptor or a T-Rex from Jurassic Park than a tiger.
We have the power. I like that. Thanks. I thought of it while you guys were transforming.
Well, that was short-lived. He-Man had the power for all of 2 seconds before he fell into a chasm.
Finally, I can free myself of this affliction and claim my rightful. Evelyn, Cronus, deal with the children. I'd like a word with my nephew.
How many times is Keldor going to say those words in this episode? Finally, it's going to be mine, and then wah, wah, wah. You'd think that Keldor would learn by now. I think it's about time he just stops talking and actually does what he says. He's starting to make me look bad.
You're gonna pay for that!
I will say, I pick on her a lot, but her costume actually looks kind of rad to me. I kind of like it. She looks like a speed skater. If she hits her head in that velocity with a neck that scrawny, she's sure to end up a vegetable by the end of the series.
I'm an actual ramble!
She looks more like a yo-yo than a ramball.
She mean to do that?
Of course she meant to do that. Yeah!
Nobody's buying it. No one. You fools.
Still somewhat outnumbered.
Not for long. I'm in matter of operation.
So Evelyn had the power to turn one's shadow into a duplicate of oneself? Why did she just do this now? Why couldn't she have done this to He-Man right from the start? Heck, she could have even done that to me, and had me fight against myself, and then taken over the power for herself. Why just for this one occasion did she have this power? I hate these random powers that they just pull out once. It'd be interesting to see if she does this again. I mean, she could. Maybe that's how they get Faker, He-Man. I guess we'll find out, won't we? Might I add, cat fight!
Use your new space hair powers or something.
You do something.
Look at these two heroes, battling as to who should fight first. How noble.
It's mine.
Get him, Taki!
Ooh, I have wings? I'm flying! I got...
Wait, she knew she had wings originally. Right off the beginning, your wings came out. And you already acknowledged it. What, did you get amnesia from the first time of transformation to now?
Flap your wings!
Have fun, Cronus, dear.
I think I forgot to...
So are these two already married? I mean, they seem pretty formal, don't they? She calls them dear, honey bunch, sweetums. They seem like a couple already. A couple of fools.
I think I forgot to teach you something, apprentice.
What's that?
How to stay down. Nephew, where are you?
Come out, wherever you are. Ollie, ollie, oxen free.
Come out, wherever you are. You never were good at hide and seek.
I knew that's what they were doing.
It's only a matter of time before I find you.
And what if you do? He's He-Man. You're just Keldor. You actually stand relatively no chance against He-Man at this stage. Not in this form, anyway.
Then what?
Have a long heart-to-heart about the nature of family and forgiveness.
I don't think that's going to work there, Keldor. He hates your guts.
Let's just hug it out instead!
This cat fight's quite vicious.
Never thought chasing my own shadow could be so much fun!
So this one's just flying around smacking into everything. I kind of like that a little bit. They just received their powers, right? So it stands to reason that they wouldn't have mastered them or know how to use them quite well enough at the start, which is something that a lot of these new Marvel hero movies don't do. You know, aka Captain Marvel, once I get my power, I already know how to use it with expert precision. At least this one shows as a learning curve. He-Man still has yet to figure out his power, and neither do all his friends, so at least they're consistent.
Ma'am?
You feel all classy, I guess.
Ma'am, so as she's slamming around, hitting her head on things, she has the time to come up with fancy nicknames for herself. We know what her priorities are. And also, really, Ma'am, why bother? So now she's Spider-Ma'am.
Grayskull juice makes me feel less classy.
Grayskull juice. Does it come in a can? Can you buy it at a supermarket? I'd like some Grayskull juice. Definitely gotta be better than Skeletor Special Blend. Mattel, there you go. A new brand for you. Grayskull juice. Gives you the power of He-Man.
You can't hide from me forever. Not hiding, just watching.
She spun around in the 360 and she didn't see her standing right in front of her. You gotta get your eyes checked, Evelyn. Oh, sorry, Evelyn.
You seem upset? Sacrifice, discipline.
Since when does Evelyn punch? Evelyn doesn't punch, Evelyn uses magic. That's her thing. She's not a fighter. Look at her, she looks like Jack Skellington. What was the big idea about her punching?
Entire life has been dedicated to finding this castle, to harness the power within. You luck into it? This castle, that woman.
Well, that's kind of how it goes, is it not? That's why life is so frustrating.
The staff, they chose me. UGC. Impossible! You didn't use your hands, or even words.
Oh no! She evolved beyond the need to be Naruto.
That would make you a sorceress.
If Tila were the sorceress now, is that powerful? Again, what is the need for He-Man? She just summoned a comet from space to throw down Evelyn with ease. I really have a hard time believing they even need a He-Man with someone that powerful.
There's nowhere to run. You should have stuck with me, kid. I can teach you the important stuff.
Hammer twirling?
I was going to say that too, although I was going to say baton twirling. You know, in case you want to join the school band. This is a great trick.
Like how to fight dirty. So long, apprentice. Can't beat me, apprentice!
Maybe not. But at least now I have a tool that works as fast as my mind does.
Yes, please do tell us more about your tool and your mind. We all are interested to know. Actually, never mind. Keep that to yourself. This is for kids, mind you.
I was a royal weapons master to the king, a man-at-arms to all Eternos.
I don't think he asked for your resume. He's not hiring, so what's the point?
I think I just got promoted to man-at-arms. Prepare for graceful.
This is not man-at-arms. Under no circumstances could I call this a man. He's boy-at-arms at best. He's the most childish fool I've ever seen in a cartoon. He's more like a boy with arms rather than a boy at arms.
I quit!
No, you're fired! I think I owe Donald Trump money now. Way to go!
Any bright ideas, Battle Cat?
Release it.
Then it'll come back after you.
So how did that happen? She's now riding it like a rodeo clown? What's going on here?
Counting on it.
So is that going to be the new Panther? He's just a shadow? I don't know if I like that. I like my Panther. Sure, he was a bloodlusting killer, but he had a soft side at times as well. He liked to play with yarn.
The power in these walls will be mine to command.
Grayskull doesn't.
That's what I mean. All he ever does is make boastful claims. Oh, this is going to be mine. The power will be mine. I deserve this power. Give me the power. All he does is whine and complain. Stop complaining, Keldor. You're making Skeletor look bad.
And so it chose to ruin me out of spite.
You did that to yourself. You know how Grayskull brought out the best in my friends? I think it brought out the worst in you.
Well, duh. Is he really pushing back He-Man? Of course I'm rooting for Keldor, don't get me wrong. But I also want it to be realistic, and there's no way that Keldor in this form especially could overpower He-Man. Maybe he's overpowering him because of his leg strength, because, you know, he's got those puny little legs. But still, that shouldn't be. You shouldn't be able to overpower strength for strength He-Man. Sure, tactically you have an advantage. He-Man should never be pushed back. Again, He-Man, it's called leg day. You should never miss it.
You know how everything works. You're just as arrogant as your father. I'll have to take...
He's quite petty, is he not? Oh, sure, you know how everything works. Yeah. There you go. If you can't use your puny legs, use your ridiculously strong upper body. That's using your, I guess, fist. Here's another thing. I wonder, did they do this on purpose? Knowing that the original series, He-Man was never actually allowed to punch another person. And all he could do was grab me or throw me onto a tree, mostly because of parent interference. They thought it was too violent for kids to see He-Man punch someone, so mostly he just punched rocks and threw rocks. I wonder if this was why this was the first time he actually did it. That jump just broke his legs. You notice he can't stick any landing?
Anything cool?
So much cool. What do we do with...
So much cool is not a proper sentence. These kids need to go back to school.
these three?
Do you think this place has a dungeon?
You were wrong. Grayskull brought out the best in me. My best is just a little different than yours, nephew.
I'm thinking Keldor, he's living in a little bit of denial, as we say. Okay, now Keldor's getting ridiculous. Stop sticking your staff in there. Nothing good ever comes out of it. You keep trying to stick your staff in things that... Wait a minute, that sounded bad. Never mind.
I recommend a hasty exit.
So that there is a foreshadowing. He broke his jaw. Someone did tell me in the comments that this Kronos ends up being Trapjaw, which is interesting, and I didn't know that. I should have known that. But then again, I'm Skeletor. I really don't pay much attention to the lives of my minions, mostly because I don't care about their personal life or what they were before. So it's actually surprising to find out that Trapjaw was called Kronos. Oopsie, my bad. But yes, his jaw's now hurting, so we know that he's going to have to fix himself a new jaw.
Use anything else.
Why is it that the heroes always seem to feel the need to save the villains? Just let the villains perish, you'd have less problems on your hand. Just think about all the lives you'd be saving. And this is coming from an actual villain. You're actually making the world worse by saving a villain, you fool. It's in our nature to do evil. Well, then I guess it's in his nature to do good, so never mind. So now this is hentai? Definitely not for kids.
What?
Oh well, Keldor was blinded by the light. I wonder if this is going to be like the poltergeist. Skeletor goes into the light, comes out in the bathtub or something.
Happened to them?
I think we won.
And why doesn't it feel like it?
How are we alive?
I used the havoc to save you. Is that voice coming out of Keldor?
Get you back into one of those stasis shells before that leaves a mark.
As you recover, I'm sure I can discern some way to reverse your...
Sounding very suspicious as they look at him. Like they're scared or disgusted. I'm feeling PTSD coming on again.
affliction.
Thanks, but no. My curse is a blessing in disguise. I've been looking at everything.
Look at Keldor now. He's looking more like Skeletor. So could it be the transformation has finally occurred? I have to say, that Havoc staff looks pretty rad. Mine never glowed like that. Mind you, I didn't put the batteries in. I just never had the time.
For so very long. Restart the light I once sought to wield. It's the tool of a soldier, one who fights at the behest of others. On the other hand, from the ruins of this fallen kingdom.
I'm not sure I like this Skeletor voice. I like it better than Mark Hamill, but it sounds more like Cobra Commander than it does Skeletor.
How could they do this to me?
Don't you think? Or Starscream.
The time of Grayskull has passed. Welcome to the age of Skeletor.
Oh, that just gave me shivers. Yes, that's right. This is the age of Skeletor. Not just because of that show, but because of me, Skeletor. First I conquer YouTube, then the world. Hail the age of Skeletor. Ah, that should have ended right there. Perfect ending for me. Should I even continue? I guess I have to. That was a perfect ending for Skeletor.
We just wanted to make sure you were okay
After watching the first living relative I've ever known vaporize himself, I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about any of this. We all...
Oh, poor you and your feelings. Nobody cares about your feelings. Stop emoting everywhere. It's kind of gross.
this power now. What are we supposed to do with it?
A question.
You know, use it for good. Save people's lives. Things a hero should just know what to do instinctively. I mean, you are a chosen champion. This should not be a hard question.
For the ages, champions. You're the woman from the statues. What you do with it is for you to decide and discover. To know oneself is to truly become a master of the universe.
Hold on. To know thyself is to be a master of the universe. That sounds pretty pretentious, don't you think? What if your self is me, Skeletor? I know who I am. I'm Skeletor. I enjoy doing evil. Therefore, by your standard, I deserve to be the master of the universe. Right? What I'm saying is that she should have said your universe.
A master of the what now?
Even Adam didn't buy it. What? A master of what? Now, what are you talking about? This is the voice you've been blathering about in your head, Tila? She's a fool. Alright, there you have it. That was episode 4 in the books. And, finally, I get to see Skeletor. Wow, I really did get goosebumps when he said, the age of Skeletor. So now in this one, he has no interest in conquering Castle Grayskull? Well, he just wants to destroy it? Is that what they're implying here? Because that's a lot more like the Revelation Skeletor than I'd like. Is he out for revenge against the cruel world that shunned him? Again, that doesn't sound like me, a petty mongrel looking for revenge. No, I've got greater aspirations. Anyway, what did you think of this Skeletor? Do you like him better than the Revelation Skeletor? And how does he compare to me, the original? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to Shanieology. Until next time.